Hello, thank you for joining me today. My name is Cora Thorner, and I will be presenting Crisis of Separation and Disconnection in Student-Teacher Relationships and Classroom Community. My faculty mentors are Dr. Kristen Chrisman and Dr. Jessica McCall at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. This research examines the impact of COVID-19 on students in higher education. More specifically, we are looking at the presence or lack of acknowledgement and recognition that students received from professors during COVID-19 and how it impacted their educational experience. For this study, this survey follows initial research done by Dr. Chrisman and Dr. McCall by taking a closer look at socioeconomic factors and ethnicity on the presence or lack of acknowledgement and recognition that students received from professors during COVID-19. We conducted a survey that includes a breakdown of demographic information. It also looks at how COVID-19 impacted students' lives and looking at the acknowledgement and recognition or lack of by professors towards students. I would be remiss to not highlight how this work came about to be inspired. This work was inspired by Michael Hyde's definition of acknowledgement. For the purpose of the study, we define acknowledgement as an act that provides ongoing attention, time, and openness for the development of a caring and supportive relationship. Acknowledgement is an action that goes beyond recognition. It offers more time and genuine appreciation for others. For this research study, we used a phenomenological study to explore students' perceptions. We sent out a qualitative survey to undergraduate students through email and social media. The survey included mixed method, multiple choice questions, open-ended, and Likert scale questions. The only requirement was that the respondent had to be in an in-person college course prior to the pandemic. Our overall preliminary results. Our sample consisted of 256 participants that met the criteria. The top 3 challenges that students faced were mental health, physical health, and decreased employment hours. Overall, majority of respondents felt isolated from peers and faculty staff during the COVID-19 pandemic. So as you can see, as many of us were battling many different things during COVID-19, students still felt very isolated from peers and faculty staff, even after we moved to online instruction and online programming and such. 64% responded yes, they did receive acknowledgement from at least one of their instructors during COVID-19 when we moved to online instruction, while 36% responded no. In comparison to prior to COVID-19 in-person learning, 62% responded yes, they did receive acknowledgement from at least one of their instructors, while 38% responded no. So as you can see, more students felt like they were acknowledged during COVID-19 with online instruction, but it was not much of a difference from in-person learning to online instruction. And you would think that since moving to online, there has to be a greater need for acknowledgement to be able to reach students, especially with the heavy turmoil of the time that we were in. And so while these numbers are not terrible, we still have a lot of room to grow. I want to take a look at one of the factors that we've been looking at, which is socioeconomic status. We found that more middle and upper income respondents said that they received acknowledgement from at least one professor compared to low income students. We also saw that middle and upper income students were more very satisfied with the acknowledgement that they received prior to COVID and during COVID in comparison to low income student satisfaction level. And there were more low income students that said acknowledgement from professors was very important in comparison to middle to upper income students. This is very interesting because we see that there is a yearning for acknowledgement from low income students more than middle and upper income students. And low income students feel less satisfied, as well as they also deem it as more very important than maybe middle to upper income students. So I think that's something that we could definitely keep in mind, especially knowing that the different challenges that low income students might face compared to middle and upper income students. Another thing that we saw is we asked, how does acknowledgement from college instructors support or benefit you as a student? One of the common themes that we saw from the responses was care. A middle to upper income respondent said, professors' acknowledgement of their students is important because it reveals that they care about the student as an individual and that they notice them. A low-income respondent said, "It lets me know that they actually care and are in it to help us grow rather than just being there for a paycheck. Also, that I don't have to struggle to complete a class. That consideration means so much. Everyone has different things going on in life, and it can affect other parts of life, such as school. So having someone there that cares goes a long way." Overall, we asked, in what ways did you feel acknowledged? Students felt that they felt acknowledged when professors were accommodating, when professors held Zoom meetings to have wellness checks to see deeper than just how are you doing, but what were you dealing with and how can I support you as a professor? When professors reached out and when they were lenient. We also asked, how does acknowledgement benefit you as a student? Students said they felt motivated, they felt seen and important, they felt like themselves were validated as well as their work was being validated. It also showed them that professors cared once again and that it helped them stay engaged in the course and feel like they were supported throughout the course. Now, you may be wondering, why is this important? I think this is a very good way to bridge the conversation and bridge the gap between students and professors. We now see that acknowledgement from professors does impact a student's academic career. And so being able to have these conversations so that students feel more than just a person in a seat or a number in a classroom, and knowing that themselves holistically as a person is cared for, I think will show a lot in a person's academic career. It also allows the student to maybe become more vulnerable with the professor to let them know things that they're battling with and how it is affecting their academics. I think this is a very good start to having those conversations on how we can foster those positive relationships between students and teachers. Thank you so much for your time. Below you will see the future directions that we have for this study. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact us below. Thanks.